Hello and welcome to our third session. Here we will try to cover basic statistics, graphs and reports. So far we have covered basic Python programming and basic data handling. In this session we will cover the basic statistics. So what is basic statistics? Well, statistical concepts are very important to learn before we get into real analytics. Once we have imported our data set, performing some basic statistics gives us basic idea about what the parameters or what the variables are, how they are working, how their distribution is, and learning those things gives us a basic insight in our data that we have already imported. So what are the techniques that we are going to follow? First we will try to take a random sample from the data, then we will move to descriptive statistics, where for univariate analysis we will try to see the central tendency and what the variance is, and then we will try to see what the quartiles or percentiles are, and then we will move to box plots and try to find what our outliers could be by the help of basic plots, and then we will move into some basic graphs and learn how to plot the graphs in Python. Sampling in Python. So what is sampling? Sampling is actually a method to select a number of observations from a large population or a large data set in a way that all the underlying characteristics can be represented with the sample that we have already taken. So basically it's nothing but a subset of a large data set. The subset, each value in that subset has been taken randomly, so that if we want to perform or we want to get some results from the whole data set, the same kind of result we can observe from the sample data set also. So there is a basic advantage of taking sample, because when we have a large data set, it could be in GBs or TB maybe. So if we take a sample, the size of that data set would be very small, and performing any action would be less computational expensive. So these are the advantage of taking any samples, and we will now see how to perform sampling in Python. So to import the dataset, we will just firstly use import pandas as PD, our package, so we can import any dataset that we want. Next I will try to import the online retail dataset, and here you can see that I have used pd.readcsv function, and I have used the encoding, which is ISO encoding, which I already knew, so we don't face any error while importing this dataset. Once we have imported the dataset, we can see the dimension of the dataset, and we can see that there are 5,41,909 observation or rows in this data set, and there are 8 columns. We can also use .shape function to see all the number of observation or number of columns that we have. Now to take the sample of this large data set, which has 5,41,000 around rows, we will use the function .sample, and we will put the value n is equal to 1000. What it will do is, this function will take 1000 random rows or observation from our online retail data set, and if we run it, you can see that we have created one more data frame, sample data, and if we see the dimension of this, we can see that there are 1000 observation or 1000 rows in this data frame. So this is your lab part also. You have to import the Sensum income data set, and you have to take 5000 records as sample.